Welcome to Chapter 4. As the head of Windows at Microsoft, Steve Safinsky led one of the largest and most important software development companies in the world. He ran the complex organization skillfully, met deadlines, achieved significant accomplishments, and was generally respected for his brilliant mind. Yet, Sinofsky was also known to come across as arrogant and abrasive. Clashes with Microsoft's CEO Steve Ballmer and other managers became increasingly frequent. In the fall of 2012, just after the release of Windows 8, Sinofsky and Ballmer agreed that it was time for Sinofsky to leave Microsoft. Sinofsky was considered to be a potential successor to the CEO's job, but some managers said there would have been mutiny if he had been given the CEO position. It isn't known if Sinofsky was even interested in the job, but his difficulty in getting along with people likely derailed his career. Did Steve realize his aloof, abrasive personality was hindering his leadership success? At the least, he didn't seem to care. At a 2-day retreat for senior executives, at which leaders were expected to make presentations, answer questions, and stay to hear their peers do the same, Sinofsky announced that he hadn't prepared a presentation and suggested people could read the company blog to catch up on the progress of Windows 8. Then he answered a few questions and left the conference, while his colleagues stayed until the next day. "He lost a lot of support," said one manager. In this chapter, you will be learning to understand the importance of self-awareness and recognize one's blind spots, identify major personality dimensions, and understand how personality influences leadership and relationships within organizations. You'll clarify instrumental and end values and recognize how values guide thoughts and behavior. Define attitudes and explain their relationship to leaders' behavior. Explain attributes and recognize how perception affects the leader-follower relationship. Recognize individual differences in cognitive style and broaden one's own thinking style to expand leadership potential. And understand how to lead and work with people with varied personality traits. Those of you who have had class with me before know that I am a Myers-Briggs proponent, and you will be doing some Myers-Briggs personality type indicators within this chapter as well. A survey of 75 members of the Stanford Graduate School of Business Advisory Council revealed that the most important capability for leaders to develop is self-awareness. Self-awareness means being aware of the internal aspects of one's nature, such as personality traits, emotions, values, attitudes, and perceptions, and appreciating how one's patterns affect all other people. Most leadership experts agree that a primary characteristic of effective leaders is that they know who they are and what they stand for. When leaders deeply understand themselves, they remain grounded and constant so that people know what to expect from them. Many of us have blind spots that hinder us from seeing who we really are and the effect our patterns of thought and behavior have on others. A careful self-reflection is essential for most people to recognize their blind spots. Many leaders do have blind spots. These are things that we're not aware of or don't recognize as problems that limit effectiveness and hinder career success. One particularly damaging blind spot is displaying an aggressive, confrontational style, otherwise known as being a jerk. Stanford professor Robert Sutton argues that jerks not only hurt the people they work with, but also damage organizational performance. Sutton distinguishes between people who are perpetually jerks and those who only occasionally act that way. Perpetual jerks are those leaders who bully, humiliate, and emotionally abuse others, particularly people in less powerful positions. As leaders move up the hierarchy, people skills become more and more important, and leaders who have succeeded at lower levels often don't see that their approach is less effective as they advance in their careers. Another blind spot some peoples have is being too nice. Leaders who are constantly trying to please everyone can't lead. They often make poor decisions because they can't tolerate even a mild degree of conflict.